Now then, people, welcome back to the Just Joe Football Show. Fancy reliving the glory days without emptying your pockets, getting this season's kits without leaving yourself skint? Well, you can at okjersey.com, where retro kits and this season's fits from every major beast across Europe and the Premier League don't break the bank. That iconic Leeds 70s strip, Liverpool's 89 Hillsborough Heroes, Manchester United's 99 Treble Terror, and even Arsenal's invincible Shimmer. Juve black and white Zebra Classics, Real Madrid's Galactico Whites. What a player R9 was. Inter's Nazuri Nights under the San Siro lights. PSG's stylish 90s flair. OK Jersey have got them all. Direct from all the vaults. Authentic retro fire at prices that leave change for a pie at the match. No fancy markups, just pure kit passion. Free shipping for all orders over €50. And if you're part of the Just Joe family, you can drop the code JUST at checkout for 8% off. Because supporting the Mighty Whites or your continental crush, Tacticos, Barca, I'm looking at you. So gear up, don't break the bank, and go to okjersey.com, where history and current prices are affordable. Scan the QR code now, hit the link in the comments, and don't forget to use code JUST at checkout for 8% off. Peace out. Now let's get back to the boss show. Now then, people, welcome back to the Just Joe Football Show. Boss show indeed. We're here to obviously discuss what's just gone on Daniel Farke's presser. But before we do, I'm going to have to, again, service announcement. We're going to have to speak on some shit that I've just heard. And it is what it is. I'll only do me. So some of you might know someone trying to do a video on the back of something that I said. I didn't actually know that this person started speaking on my issues like they know me. Don't ever speak on my issues, mate, ever again, right? If you really cared, message me. Message me and I'll come and see you in Brid and we can have a conversation. But do not ever speak on my substance issues. You don't know what I'm going through. You know what I tell you. I don't even fucking drink. So don't even speak on that shit. How dare you? How dare you speak on me like that? You do not know me. You do not know me. You have your little group chat with your little cronies. That's fair. But don't ever speak on my name like that again. Especially speaking on, I know you're going through shit. You don't know what I'm going through at all. You can't even begin to know. So don't speak on me. Do not speak on me. If you don't like what I put out, don't watch. But don't speak on me. You don't know me like that. This pseudo parasocial relationships that people have got going on in this space needs to stop. Needs to stop. Facts are, I like my subscribers and all that sort of stuff. But some of yous, we ain't friends. You can't talk about me like that. So don't. And if you really did care, then message me. Don't create a YouTube video for clout. That's fucking madness. That's madness. And I'm giving you the clout you so desperately crave. But I remember, listen, these people that are doing it have been on my show. Given opportunities to, had conversations with, came on my show pissed. Well, let it slide. It's cool. I understand. I get it. But like, what is going on here? What is going on? And this has all come, right? All come from me going against the grain and saying the reaction to Daniel Farke's press conferences was crazy. I haven't fucking changed. Thank you very much, Michael. Do you know what? The real ones I've had I haven't changed. Just because I don't agree. Just because I'm not a sheep. I've always been like this. Always been like this. But guess what? You probably agreed with me at that time, so it weren't an issue. But I'm going to ask you now, please, yeah? Don't speak on me like that. I have children. I have stuff. Imagine my kids see that video. You're talking about, oh, you've got issues, you've got this, you've got that. If they ever came to me and said something along them lines, I will come and find you. And I mean that. And I mean that. I mean that. Do not speak on me like that. Speak on me on my football opinions. Call me a wanker. Call me and all this sort of stuff. You can do what you want. But don't ever come for me in that sort of, like, aspect. You don't know what I'm going through. You do not have the fucking foggiest. So don't sit there and speak like you do. Yeah? Because you don't. You don't know what I've been through. You don't know where I've come from and to. You don't know what I'm going through right now. So don't fucking profess to know and act like you do me a favour. Just because what? I don't agree with some people in the space. So fuck. So fuck. I'm telling you now, don't. Don't, because you don't know me. You think you know me, but you don't know me. And myself, if you don't like it, don't watch. I said here, I come on here, right? I come on here and share my stories. But then please, like, don't think you know what's actually going on because I come on and I say, oh yeah, I go here. Oh yeah, I'm in NA. You don't know. Like you said, man, it was purely for clout, and I promised myself I wouldn't speak on it. But just before I came live, someone reached out to me and said, do you know what? I don't know if you've seen this, but they shouldn't be doing that. It says more about them. You can talk about my football opinion, bro. You can talk about my football opinion. You can call it. But what you're professing, saying I'm toxic, that's also toxic and creates this. Like, that's the juxtaposition you find yourself in. Do you know what I mean? People are grown men. If they want to speak, and they can do, come to me and speak to me. Don't do it on YouTube. Don't do it on YouTube. I disagree. I call Connor a gimp, right? I called Connor a gimp. Why? Because I think he's a gimp. Simple. But I ain't started going through his personal shit. I just disagree with that, and I don't think that should be done. You can do it for clout, and you can call it, you know, I've got shit footballing opinion. The manager should go, he's a crank, he's this and all that. Fine. But don't profess to know when you know. It just doesn't, it's not cool, is what I would say. It's not cool. It is not cool. So, and that's just pissed me off, truth be told. You know? So, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. No, I'm not his friend. I'm not his friend. I don't class him as a friend. But this isn't even about him. This isn't even about him. It's more so those on the back of me having an opinion on a reaction. And the facts are, Connor wasn't the only one. Others were saying he was gaslighting. People online saying the manager's this and that. What I didn't agree with from a content perspective was the fact that Connor said, I haven't released this video for 6 months. No, you did release it and you didn't, and then deleted it. That's what I disagreed with. You know, people talking about, oh, he's losing subscribers. I don't care. I don't come on here. I'm myself, yeah? I'm myself. I don't come on here to pander to the crowd. Like, oh, I better say this so that everyone's okay. And if they're not okay, I'm going to delete it. No. Let them. Let them. Genuinely, it's actually, it's disappointing for me, sorry, that I've helped so many people in the space. I've given opportunities to so many people in the space. And if, you know, for the last whatever, 6 months, 3 months, whatever, it's shown me different things. I care, right? I care about someone using some of my personal issues as a stick to beat me with. I care about that, Reevesy, and that's why I spoke on it. That is it. It's real life affairs. It's real problems. What if my kids saw that, you know? Oh, Dad, what's this? Someone's been saying X, Y, Z about you. Then it'll be just go militant, or it'll be different then. So I would ask, don't do that. Because I know this guy's also got, you know, similar situations at home. I want to do that. Just speak to me privately, message me. Do it that way if you have real, genuine concern. Do it that way, man. You know what I mean? But if you dish it out, I haven't dished out anything personal, Matty. I know you want to back the corner, and I get it, bro. That's fine. But you don't. You also, what you don't know is why I feel the way that I do, and you never will know. That's the point. I didn't just wake up one day and say, "Do you know what? Fuck this." Yeah. Now, some people are happy to take it there, and that's their prerogative. But like's being said, if I will just go see that person and we can have a conversation in person, innit? Why not? Like, we're friends like that. You can speak on me like that. So I'll just come. So it is what it is. That's the point I'm making. I called him a gimp. Why? Because I think he's a gimp. I think a lot of his content is whatever the masses are feeling at that time. I see through the bullshit. He probably thinks I'm a happy clapper and all that sort of stuff. That's totally fine, right? But I don't go this about him and that about him, because I wouldn't do that. For what it's worth, I've spent a lot of time with Connor. We had a very good relationship once upon a time. I went out of my way to drive all the way the opposite end of York to pick him up, to take him to a podcast and then drop him back off. Get him back after midnight. I've done a lot for the guy. He did bits for me. You know, we went to Preston once and he wanted me to pay for car insurance and all that sort of stuff. I didn't take a penny off him when I dropped him over in York, though. You know what I mean? I've done a lot. A lot. So, you know, speak to my ex with that. I've done a lot. Done a lot for my man. So don't act like that, you know. But you don't know. This is the point. You don't know. But I called him a gimp. I didn't say, oh, he's this problem, that problem, da. I didn't do any of that. But the thing is, that is the person that's then chose. It isn't even him. Connor doesn't want to even speak on it. That's fair enough. That is fair enough. But he also doesn't need people to fight these battles for him. He's a big lad, you know? So, it is what it is. It is what it is. But we move. We move. I just wanted to say it because I was upset and angry. Because I didn't even watch that fucking video and I still haven't because I won't. Because I don't feed into it. But when someone said certain stuff about, oh, they spoke on this, this, and this, I was like, what? How? You know? You know, that's what I'm saying. And I do believe, and I know, Matt, you saw you willing to, I do believe there's a distinct difference between calling someone a gimp for a footballing opinion, because I think he's a gimp, as opposed to, oh, I listen to me, I haven't changed. I haven't changed. I have not changed. I've not changed. If you've watched me all this time, I haven't. At all. But that's, yeah, it just pissed me off. That, you know. I think so, yeah. Exactly, mate. That's it. That's the difference. I come on here and be honest with people. I just think it's shit that you then try and use that to justify a video because I disagree with your opinion. The facts are, if I'm yeah, no, that's fair. But my point, the point of this rant is to say, you've gone too far. You've gone too far. That's the point that I'm saying. I can't stop people. Who am I, mate? Listen, I call my friends gimp, Tim. I'm a gimp. It is what it is. But that's what I'm saying. That person has gone too far. So I don't appreciate that. That's what I'm saying. Do you know who I am? Do you know who I am? I'll show you who I am. I will show you who I am. Like I say, I shouldn't give it airtime, but it really angered me just before I came live, and I think it's only fair to speak on it. You know who's a gimp? Match bingo. That's my point. That's my point. That's my point. Or even using that as a stick to beat them with as your first line to come out of the gate with. Like, what? I didn't even watch it. Like, someone said, I'm like, how dare you, man? But listen, it is what it is. Yeah, no, fair. That's fair to them. But like in life, Matt, sometimes you will get recompense for the things you say, right? But I might see Connor in person. He might want to punch my face in, and that'll be recompense for things I've said. That's life, right? So that's the point I'm making. Online, you can say what you want, but boom. But we move anyway. Basically, at this point, and I'm totally fine with it, this is what I am, right? This is what I am. Are you ready? Just like the GOAT himself. This is me. Wait there.
Yo siempre digo una palabra. Yo soy tóxico. Relacionarse conmigo empeora al que se relaciona conmigo. Sí, tóxico.
I'm tóxico.
Hay tipos tóxicos.
I'm tóxico.
Yo siempre digo una palabra. Yo soy tóxico.
I'm tóxico.
Relacionarse conmigo empeora al que se relaciona conmigo. Sí, tóxico.
See, tóxico. If it's good enough for the GOAT, it's good enough for me. So from this day forth, I am tóxico. Tóxico. Yo soy tóxico. Yeah, man. Anyway, right, we have had a super chat off my main man, Abdul Rahman Al Khalifi. Assalamu alaikum, brother. He says, Assalamu alaikum, velikum salam. Been a while, busy with family obligations and health issues. I hope you're right, mate. All's good, alhamdulillah. Inshallah, my brother, he says, win, lose or draw, my love for Leeds will not change. Feel a draw this weekend is the most likely result. Best wishes, brother. I'm hoping we can get a win. On a Mooch says, fuck the haters, Joe World is full of snakes. Keep being you, and 2026 is the year of Just Joe. I hope that is going to be the case, because 2025 has been a shit year. Please don't use that in a video, mind. Oh, we know you've had a shit year. You know what I mean? Come on now. Be original. What I do want to say as well, I mean, he let me know last night. I was supposed to be there last night, but a few things had happened over the past week that I said, you know what? I'm going to not go. I think Matty from Imagine Not Being Leeds went instead with Connor. Not with Connor, with Joe, sorry, should I say. Congratulations to Mr. Joe Lynch, who won 2 awards last night for Best Premier League Content Creator and Best Premier League Podcast. He's a real one. We're going to be speaking when he comes back. We're going to do a video. I'm over the moon for him. And yeah, he's a real one. And he lets me know daily, you know, that he's grateful for the opportunities that were given to help him. Of course, he's done it all himself, but the point is, like, obviously he's really grateful for being able to come on the show. And, you know, yeah, like he said, yeah, he's just a really nice guy. He's a really nice guy. We don't agree on football opinions all the time. Sometimes I think he's chatting shit. He thinks the same about me, and that's fine. And we have conversations about that, because you can do that. But yeah, I mean, he's took his channel from strength to strength, and for him to win 2 awards at that it's no mean feat. So congratulations to Mr. Joe Lynch, my brother, my Irish brother from another mother. Right, okay, let's get stuck into the presser then. After that, that was 22 minutes of just mentalness. I apologize if by any chance I've lost more subscribers. No worries, it's fine. That is your prerogative. You know what I mean? That is your prerogative. I'm totally fine with that as well. So we move. But this is what I mean. It's different strokes for different. I did see that. I did see the kink in the leg. What was that, Joe? He had like this mad kink. Like he was stood like this. I'm wearing the North Face trackie. I chose violence today, you see. I thought, if that's what we're doing, yeah, then we're going. We're getting council estate vibes, and we're going trackie. Let's come and find your ass. Yeah, he had this mad kink in his leg, so we move. But yeah, man, I'll go get the boys in it. Go get the boys. No, I didn't, mate. I didn't, Richard. For God's sake, I'll have to check that one out as well. Will I? To be honest, I haven't watched in, so we move. I didn't, but it's a clout chasey thing, so we move, don't we? We move anyway. Let's move on from that. I've said what I've said, and then we go from there, don't we? Joe is a gentleman and always tries to raise the standard of professionalism in the sphere of content creators. I like Joe. Wouldn't know him without Joe. Thank you, Joe. Yeah, he's good, man. He's good. YouTube Fight Club. Don't know about that. But we're all toxico. We are toxico. But that's okay to be toxico. If your halo slips for good, you'll have to wear your hood. That's me, brother. I'm there. I'm there, man. Did you notice how Farke was scared to use the word emotional? Well, this is a thing, right? He no worries, my brother. No worries, my brother. Joe Pickering, I know Dr. Cox, right? Yeah, the Dr. Cox. I like Matty and Connor and the Leeds View. All great content creators in their own right. It's different strokes for different folks, and that's totally fine as well. Would rather be toxico than a tactico. I love that, Matty. Let's do that. I would rather be toxico than a tactico. I like that. Listen, if it's good enough for Bielsa, it's good enough for me. Toxico or tactico. So we move, don't we? Right, okay, let's have a look. 1 second. Brr. Boom, 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 boom. Bum. Oh my God. Wow. Okay. We move. Get rid of the plug for retro. Well, mate, it is what it is. It's not that deep. Right, let's get stuck into these comments. Let's get stuck into what Daniel Farke has had to say on it, and see what's been said, because I have made notes, as I always do. So, first and foremost, team news, good news. It was all good news. Why? Because the Welsh players are in a really good mood after their, what was it, 7-1 thrashing demolition job on Macedonia. No one came back injured. I have all the players available. So really good news. We have a really good week. Today, we have the whole group back. Everyone is in a good mood. The international break came at the right time for us, didn't it? The international break came at the right time for us. Dan James obviously was on great form as well. So was one Harry Wilson, but unfortunately he's not our player. But he spoke a little on Dan James, because Dan James's form has been a little bit hit and miss, hasn't it? He said, I talked about him before. He is, of course, a topic. Everyone in this room knows there is no one who loves and supports Daniel James more than I do. My first decision here was he will be a key player for us. I was criticised at the beginning over not playing Ranazani or Solomon because I was always supporting Dan James. I was one of them critiques of Dan James when we first dropped down in the to the Championship. I had a debate with Evie, if you remember, saying he's not good enough, way back when. He says we must not forget where he is coming from. It is the best league in the world. He has missed more or less 4 months in terms of injury. And, you know, you can't expect full rhythm and full fitness. So he's confirming there what we all know, that he hasn't been himself, right? He says, I see him growing on the training pitch. I was quite pleased that he had 65 minutes 2 times on the pitch for Wales. I'm getting the vibe that Dan James starts on Sunday. He said it's a different level to the Premier League level, but this will be very beneficial. Each and every minute in training session helps. There is an old rule in football: as long as you are injured, you need to be back. I hope it isn't long, but we still can't expect miracles. Maybe that's made me think, actually, he might not play him. But I've got a feeling Dan James starts at the weekend, which will make a lot of people happy. Nonto, he said exactly the same. I loved him at the end of last season. Top performances and goals. There was a narrative online yesterday that the manager's racist again. It's mad. But more or less the same. And you forget how young he is. We have to be careful not to create a culture here where if we lose a game, the players who didn't play are the winners. We as a fan base, unfortunately, do have that culture. There is always someone that should be better, in my opinion. There is always, oh, that's why. It's because Nonto's not playing. Or it's because Ramazani. Or it's because he's not playing. It happens all the time. I think it happens in all fan bases, so no shots sent anyone's way there. He said, at the start of the season, we started the season with Willie and Dan James, and everyone was on their back after no end product. People forget this. This is true. We have to be careful. I will be careful. Willie played the first 2 or 3 game days. Then he was out for 6 weeks and also 2 weeks back in training. So he's had 8 weeks without a game. Then we lose at Forest and everyone says with Willie, we win this game, which is what was being perpetuated. But he weren't even in the squad. I do think he should have been in the squad. But this is where, again, a call to action. It's more like, come on, show the confidence on the training pitch. Show you are ready. Show you are ready on the training pitch. Again, a call to arms. Not calling anyone out, but putting it on the line and saying, did I see enough from him in training? No. I can't allow myself to be driven too much after a loss where the players didn't play. He has to keep his head. can't make wholesale changes. That's what we need. Someone who's going to keep his head in difficult situations, because he could come back and go, do you know what? I'm going to go 5-3-2. I'm going to change him, and it just goes to shit. Bielsa was guilty of it. Whenever we played in the cups, he would make loads of changes. We would get beaten. We would look disjointed and shit. This manager doesn't do that. He prefers continuity over changing things. Whether you agree or disagree with that, but that's just how he is. He said, I can't allow myself to be driven too much after a loss where players didn't play. He is back available, but let's not expect that players who haven't featured will win the game. If we stay united and think together, work together, we need to be on point. We can't rush them into a team just because they are available. I think that's fair enough. He spoke a lot about us being together. And we know where a lot of that is from, because the fan base at the minute is fractured. Side looking like one waiting to lose. So this was posed to him, I think, by Adam Pope. It may have been Graham Smith, is saying, we're just sitting in, we're waiting to get beat. I know the fan base a lot would say that as well. He says, look, I can't waste 1% energy to do any self-marketing or self-PR. If you watched us, you know what we are trying to do. If someone wants to be negative after a few games, the only thing that will turn it is good results. I admit that it was perhaps our poorest period of the season, the last 2 away games. Can't get away from that fact, we were shit. But it's also my job to protect the players. If we have a poorer game or a poorer period, I know that there are people who will try and provoke us and tear us apart. Unfortunately, it's not coming from outside either. It's coming from within, in my opinion. I have too much love for this club, so I make sure no one is on the back of our players. I have to calm myself down. I want to be there for my players like a shield. Maybe he says what he says to protect his players so that he's getting all the shit. Maybe that's what he does. Maybe it's a mad situation. Maybe it's a mad situation where the manager's doing that. Fair play to him. Because guess what? He is taking all the shit and the players aren't. So fair play to him for that. He says, you know, I'm there like a shield, because what is never in doubt is the passion and desire of these lads. Sometimes even these lads have a poor period, and it could also be back-to-back away losses in away games. But it's important to be there for them, to go in with positivity into the next games and have courage in the team. They've had so many good performances, and I'm struggling to criticize them. It will always be in our DNA to bring the game to the opponents. We stick together and return back to our best behavior. That's what we must do as a group. Ideally, that's what we must do as a fan base, is stick together. He was asked, how hard is it to hold your nerve? I am going quick here because I've got to go pick my son up after, 3:15 he finishes. I didn't expect to go on a bit of a rant at the start, so my apologies. He says, really not hard. Once you sign as a Leeds United manager, you know the pressure is on from the start. This is the most passionate club, not just in the UK, but the whole of Western Europe. That is a positive. Please don't spin that and take that as a negative. Is it a positive? We are a passionate bunch. That's why we want to support this club. That's why people come to watch us at Elland Road. That's why players want to play at Elland Road. He says, we've made Elland Road a fortress. Our biggest strength is this passion, the emotion, this passion, this anger is our biggest strength. That's what he is saying there, folks. And Elland Road, it has been a fortress. We've lost once to Spurs, who have the best away record in the league. And we were better than them. It comes with expectations. It comes with pressure. But I just have the desire and the heart to defend this club. I am more or less a Leeds United supporter. I can't be over the moon after a win. I have to stay humble. I am fully focused on leading the club with positivity. Yeah? He said we're passionate. How the fuck can he say that? I'm mad. I'm literally shaking. Exactly. Now, he was asked about the group in total. No, he hasn't. He hasn't. He's seen the reaction and thought, fucking hell, I better stop that, because people are taking it the wrong way. He said, look, I can just repeat myself. 11 points after 11 games, it's not too bad. And on paper, it ain't. We're exactly where we're supposed to be. He says, I can criticise some performances away at Brighton and away at Forest. But other games, if we get the points our performances deserved, we'd be cruising along on 15 points, which is true. We should have beat Bournemouth. We should have got a point at Fulham. We maybe could have got a point against Tottenham. He said we should have had more points, but I wouldn't have expected this. It is important that we not are like a flag in the wind and make the outside world make us divided. We must stay together. We will just be successful with this group of players. We have to outwork other teams. We don't have the individual players like City, Liverpool, and Villa. And he spoke specifically about, at the start, he spoke about, we had that in them first couple of games. I've spoken on that. We've seen it with Everton, with Newcastle. These games, we had that passion. We're diving for it. You know, we're throwing into every tackle. We're on it. That has slowed down over the past few weeks. He made a reference to that. That needs to change. And hopefully we'll see that at home against one of the better teams in the division in Aston Villa. He says, on Villa, there is no doubt they are one of the top sides in the league. They have a fantastic manager, fantastic players, great individuals, 6 in the table, in the form table even higher. They just battered Bournemouth 4-0 at home. So we have to be at our best level to give ourselves a chance, and we have to be with our supporters. We have to be clinical and return to our rock-solid defensive behaviour, which is something we haven't done with letting goals cheaply. That's been a big takeaway away at Forest, away at Brighton. It was similar goals that we conceded. That has to change. In terms of goals conceded, we're always compact, but we have to be braver in the duels higher up the pitch. We have clear principles. With name dropping, it's important to talk about this and work on it on the training pitch. I'm not going to come out here and criticize certain individuals. Will do it on the training pitch. I wouldn't say if we gave Forest too many chances, but they managed to score 3 goals. Again, I remember at halftime they had 10 shots, most they'd ever had, but I can't remember any shots. They weren't really gilt-edged chances, and we'd had 1, and it were 1-1. But hey, Connor hasn't said anything about me at all. More courage. What does that look like? He says we have had more... People get annoyed at this, right? But he's only speaking about facts. We have had more possession than the opponent at Brighton and at Forest. This is facts. I know people get annoyed, but it is factual. This is not normal for a newly promoted side. He's right. It's not, but we need to see that possession turned into points. Otherwise, what's the point? Are we going down with, well, we had more possession trophy? I don't agree with it, but it is true what he's saying. But we have played much too around the game, not in zones where we can really make things happen. Left to right, patient build up, getting to the edge, left to right. We need to do more with it, 100%. But again, he's just speaking on facts. The gap between the midfielders and the wingers was a bit too big. We need to get more people closer to Dominic Calvert-Lewin if indeed he does start. We have to come a bit closer to the strikers, which is what we said, which is what we've all been saying. We have to be better in the areas where it really counts. We have worked on this, and hopefully we can bring this to the game. So hopefully we might see that over these next couple of games. Now, on the outside noise, again, I feel like some of it's on the inside as well. It's not like a bad thing if we are emotional or passionate. He had to qualify that. It's not a bad thing. If you're emotional, it's not a bad thing. If you're passionate, it's not a bad thing. Just so people are aware. So when he says that, he's not meaning it negatively. He says, I work for the most passionate club in the world. Again, please don't get triggered by that. It's facts. Or one of them anyway. Who's more passionate than us? Who do you put us on a par with? I look at Newcastle. I look at Leeds United. You could argue Aston Villa. Liverpool are a passionate fan base. You know, we're up there. So it's not a bad thing. He says, I want our supporters to be over the moon and dream of Europe when we win. I love that shit. You know me. I'm always dreaming of Europe. Get the passport out, they used to say to me. Get the passport out after a win. Yeah. I want them to win, to stay in bed when we lose. He wants us to be down when we lose. I'd prefer I wasn't, but unfortunately, football has that power over me. But we have a job to do. But it's to be brave, play with courage, play with bravery, create together with our supporters. This attitude of is us against the world. I like that. When our backs are against the wall, that's when we perform at our best. You can just do this by being together and with bravery. I want that everyone in my group is on it and desperate to be successful. From the bench, from everyone. Yeah? From the bench, from everyone. We have to create an attitude where it's us against the world. The outside world will try and bring in negativity. We cannot, and we must not allow it. And I agree with that. We cannot allow it. We cannot. And that goes for footballing opinions as well. If you stand by it and you run with it. He says, how do you get the players up at 4 Parch? Yeah. He says, if I have the feeling that I have to act, I do this. We have to remember we have young players, not teenagers, but it's not like they can block everything out. There was not much to criticise last season, but now, the first time, the haters are coming out. The haters are coming out, he said. It's important that we protect them and that they don't lose their courage. If we are promoted to the Premier League, we have to be ready for losing more games than we win. We also have to be ready for it. I don't think everyone is. I don't know what people expect. If a new manager comes in, you're going to get similar sort of results. Might be a different style. You might like him more, but we won't progress much more than what we are. What's the most we can hope for? 14th? We're 16th now. Anywhere between 14th and 17th is where this squad of players could land. Could also land in the bottom three. So, again, even if a new manager comes in, it's not going to be too dissimilar. We're still going to lose a lot of games of football. He says, I got the feeling that Brighton loss takes a bit of courage away, and this is why I was annoyed. You have to give them a bit more confidence and encouragement. This is what we've done in the last 2 weeks. We want to play with more courage than there and then away at Forest. This is for sure. This tells me that we are going to get a good performance from Leeds United at the weekend. If we don't, then it's not going to work out for the manager and he won't be here much longer, right? Them's the facts. Them's the apples, right? So we'll wait and see. We shall wait and see. We shall wait and see what transpires. Listen, tomorrow, Saturday, I'll probably have my preview out. Yeah? Probably have my preview out. Maybe even this evening I'll put my preview out. And then tomorrow we've got back-to-back. My daughter's playing football. I am going to set up the Burnley-Chelsea watch-along. I'll probably be a little bit late, but that's okay, right? The kids are first. So she's got a football match. It's at 10:30. Probably going to miss maybe the start, but I will set it up. So be ready because I will go live when I do get back. To be honest, it might get called off because it's been snowing like out up here, like brutal, icy and all that sort of stuff. So it might get called off. But as of now, it's on. But if I am late for that first watch along of Burnley versus Chelsea, you know why, okay? Heads up. Big up to you all. Thanks as always for watching. I love you all, right? Including the haters. Please reach out to me and speak to me directly, brother. And yeah, I will see y'all in a bit. Big up to LC5436. Thank you for coming a member. And I'll see you on the other side. Peace and love, folks. Bye-bye now.